Hi, Chef Raphael here. Today's recipe is super delicious. It's simple. I'm all about making simple recipes or basically simplifying food and making you understand it's not complicated. And today's recipe is exactly that. I'm showing you how to make roast chicken. This is the healthier version. I have removed the skin. This video is part of the healthy living videos that I'm doing with Freshfri cooking oil. On this video, you learn how to season the chicken. Basically, I've used some mixed spices. Here, I've served it with some roast vegetables. And when I taste, the chicken is not dry. Wow. Taste the salt. I've put a little bit of chili flakes so I can taste a little bit of the flakes. There's some rosemary that makes it look very delicious on the top, like a garnish. Watch till the end, you see how simple it is to make it. Let's get cooking. So welcome to the show. Now, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. My channel is all about making you a better home cook or home baker. I publish weekly recipes. This video is part of the series of the healthy living recipes with Freshfri cooking oil. Today's oil of choice is this one, the original one, which remember has been endorsed by the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute. Basically, they're certifying it as healthy, and it's about the process, you know, the way it's been made from start to finish till it is in this bottle. It actually has been carefully done, making sure that no nutrients are lost within the process. So when you're buying, make sure you have this in your shopping basket. Now, for the recipe of this chicken, it's the healthy recipe. The first thing, whenever you hear healthy, and especially when it comes to chicken, we usually say chicken is the healthiest meat. What makes it even extra healthy is when you actually remove the skin. And that's exactly what I've done in this recipe of my chicken. It's a whole chicken. All you need to do is just either take a small knife. You can actually peel off the skin or just use a knife to cut and wherever it's a little bit stuck, and then peel it off. And that's what I've done. And then what I've also done now to give it some flavor, I'm adding some spices. I have some rosemary, some paprika, ginger powder, salt and pepper. Now, when it comes to that combination of spices, it's up to you. It depends on what you have. I also added a little bit of chili flakes. And what I did basically is to score the chicken. That's when you actually cut the lines across the meat so that when I'm actually adding the spices will actually penetrate within the chicken. When it comes to marination, you do not have to do this way in advance. That's a fact. Sometimes you can do that and put it in the fridge, but to be honest, it's not a must. You can still season your chicken with the spices that you have, and then just mix it and then just cook it immediately, which is what I'm going to do. And then what I actually also did is, after adding all the spices, I add a little bit of the Freshfri cooking oil. Now, when you add, I only added about 30 ml of using the cup. When you use the cup, it's actually a measuring cup. So just pour a little bit and then mix until the chicken is evenly coated with the cooking oil. You do not want it to be dry. You want that oil to lightly coat the chicken so that it actually browns as it's cooking. And I almost forgot, even after done this, I actually forgot to add the rosemary and the black pepper. When it comes to the spices, what is most important is the salt and pepper. Everything else is additional. It's based on what your preference is. And after that is done, the only thing that is left is to cook it in the air fryer. I'm using an air fryer, but you can actually even use an oven. A hot oven, you're going to cook it at around 220 degrees for about 30 minutes. When I'm using an air fryer, and that's 30 minutes when the oven is already preheated. But when you're using an air fryer, it will take about a shorter time, and it depends on the size of your air fryer. It can actually fit the chicken that you have. All that is left now is to wait for it, and I'll show you how it looks when it's ready. So I'm actually excited. This is exactly what I wanted. Chicken is ready. I've actually served it with some roast vegetables, a mixture of potatoes, carrots, peppers, onion, and even courgettes. A simple recipe. I'll actually post the recipe for making the vegetables on a separate video, so look out for it. Wow, my mouth is watering. The chicken looks really good. Now, the secret whenever it comes to cooking chicken in the oven, or in this case the air fryer, is don't overcook it. Also, when you cut it into smaller pieces, they actually tend to dry out more when it's cut into smaller pieces. So if you're going to cook it, either you cook it whole, or if you're going to cut them into pieces, it should be big chunks of like this. In this case, I'm served at the lower part. This is a half chicken, the thigh and the leg, and we have the breast as well. So at the end of the day, it's up to you in terms of the portion size. It's also dependent on the size of the chicken. Mine was a small chicken. It was less than 1 kilo total weight. So it's up to you. All that is left is to dig in. Just looking at it right now, I actually want to end this video so that I start digging in. This has been another healthy living recipe video brought to you by Freshfri cooking oil, the cooking oil that has been endorsed by the Kenya Nutritionist and Dietitians Institute. I hope you've learned something new. Let me know how yours turns out, and until next time, goodbye.